So, okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I know that some of you didn't add your camera, but I see your beautiful faces. I know you already, Emmanuel doesn't know you, but it's much more interacting when we see each other and we see each other's energy. And I want to see your beautiful smiles. I really appreciate you taking the time for being here. You guys know that I had hosted few workshops, and you know that I'm interested into both personal development and physical as well. But since I studied so much about the human mind, in yoga, I always teach you guys, you have to be careful of the thoughts that you're having. You have to see actually what's going on, what's the story that you're telling yourself. And being onto this spiritual journey, I always search myself, like I want, it's like when you go to the doctor to see if there's going on something with you, the same thing we have to do with our mind. We have to always see what is it going on there, how can you improve yourself, because we have so much information nowadays. However, I see so many unhappy people more than ever. It's like an epidemic of everyone being stressed, uh, being worried, anxious, and you never know what's going on when you see those people around you. Like you come across so many people, but you don't really know what's going on behind, right? So I've been always a positive person. Like you guys see me, I'm always posting. Everyone says, "Oh, you seem you have it all together. Like you seem everything's going on, everything is going on perfectly in your life, and it seems that you are living your best life." And I'm not saying I didn't have beautiful experiences. So I know that many of you too, like living abroad, also like having new experiences. I always enjoyed life, but coming from a background where there is suffering, there is scarcity, there are a lot of behind. I always came back to something. Like I was happy for a bit. I was doing my meditation, my practice, my whatever, and then I would still feel anxious. I would still feel that there's something missing. There's always this thing, like I am, like, when you feel super positive because something amazing is happening in your life, and after some time you drop again. And I was like, I am tired of just like not being constant with how I feel. I want to find a way to be constant. I don't want to always go down and then up. And everyone says, this is normal. The ups and downs of the lives are just normal. And I'm not saying, obviously, when tragic things are happening, I'm not saying you have to burst of happiness. However, when nothing bad is really happening and then your mental state, you're feeling anxious, you're always looking for like something is missing. So what I want to say is that I was searching for something that keeps me in a peaceful state of mind without me having to let go of my mind, without me having to stop the thinking, to like focus on my breath and all of that. I just wanted to get rid of any anxiety, any unhappiness, any thoughts that were coming to the surface, sometimes out of nowhere. Because that's the thing, it didn't have to happen something significant. You sometimes maybe you'll be wondering, but I'm okay. Like I'm happy. My life is good. Why am I still feeling anxious? What is it going there? So the way I came across Emmanuel was nothing like I was planning to. But when you set an intention for yourself to get better, you don't have to be in a very low state to get better, but you can live your life in a super state where there are no thoughts of unhappiness, anxiety, and so on. So basically, I was searching myself, how can I improve myself? And I was not feeling very low, but there was always a voice in the back of my head, like, you're not really doing well enough. Like, there is someone else doing better than you. You should be doing more. You're already kind of like, you're at this age where you should have your life together. You're not married yet. You don't. There was this voice, right? Because we all have it somewhere, right, left, I don't know, somewhere all over. The monster, this voice, it was somewhere there all the time. I was doing something to be proud of, and then the moment I would just stop, the voice would come but you're not doing anything useful with your life. The voices keep coming. So the moment I met Emmanuel, I was okay. I've been always okay. But the way I came across when we had a session, I remember that I had no idea what is he doing. We actually connected because he was talking about selling a villa in Bali. This is how I met Emmanuel. I was like, my dream, to live in Bali. Guys, I love Bali so much. So this is how I saw his Instagram. And when I connected with Emmanuel over on online session, I thought that I'm okay. I didn't really even know what is this reprogramming about. Of course, I heard about subconscious mind and I've been reading all my life. There's nothing new that I was thinking. There's nothing new out there. Like, what is it more than what I already know? Because there's the thing, we have so much information. What can be more than you already know? So when I had the session, I was having, like, I felt in that moment that all my fear and everything that I've been living, all the stories at the back of my mind, they just vanished. But they vanished like this. I'm like, how? There's nothing else there. There's nothing. There's no nothing talking to me. Nothing to make me, like a little bit worried or nothing. It's just I remember that we had only like 3 sessions, Emmanuel, or something like that, and the first one, but for me it was the first one because I had so much negative emotions towards who I am and towards the feeling that I should do better. That was the thing that I was carrying the most my entire life. I should do better, and this is just my story because I remember. I know Emmanuel told me to be short, but I'll try my best. I remember my grandma, since I was very young, she used to tell me like, you have to do this, you have to do that. And the disappointment that I didn't really do enough, I was carrying it within myself. The disappointment that someone else is doing better, that I should be doing better, I should have more money, I should have a more successful career. I should. And I'm not saying that maybe for each of you it's a different should, but there is something that maybe here and there it's coming most of the time. There is a story, there is something. And and when I had the session with Emmanuel and I realized that those stories, they just like it disappeared, it vanished. Where? How did it happen? I'm like, what is this? He didn't use any like weird technique or any like spiritual practice or anything. So was the most surprising thing for me. And I was like, I don't know what you did, but I want to learn how to do this for myself because I realized that I cannot just learn positive things. I cannot just go for like a meditation, and all of these are welcomed. I still listen to positive things. I still empower myself through whatever technique are useful to you. But I need something that I can work properly on, and I need to have a measure of understanding what's going on. So the Emmanuel, what he's doing and how he works with people and his technique is amazing because the testimonials he has is like, if you guys go on YouTube, but most of his work is in Romanian, but he also has a lot in English. If you go on YouTube, he has a lot, like thousands, I don't know how many of thousands, more than
4,000.
6,000 testimonials on YouTube. Like, and the way he changes people's life, and it's so unique because he doesn't do something like, he doesn't force you. Don't have to go on a retreat of 1 month to do something. Like, it's in the moment, and this is why I want you to experience this. And what is most impressive is like he also helps someone recover her smell, right? Which you would think like, wow, like how does this have to do with he helped people to actually, he will tell us more of all of these amazing things. But what's amazing is that he never planned to do this as work. It just happened because he started giving so much to the people, and people change their lives. And this is why you're here, guys, because I wanted you to experience this. I want you to live your life to the fullest, because it's not enough just to live and to have that voice in the back of your head. And we have to understand, where is this voice coming from? And can we really make it shut down forever? And why? Like, this voice, all of us, we have it. Maybe it tells us different stories. So Emmanuel is here today with us, even though he has a lot of people. I said, listen, my group is small. They are still learning what this is about, and I'm really grateful to you, Emmanuel, for taking the time to help my community to understand more about this, because this is a new ground for us. But more people will understand. For sure, they will see amazing changes, and we hope to spread this across the world, across the globe, across everywhere, because everyone deserves to live their life to the best way. Ever since I did this technique with Emmanuel, I can I can have normal days when I have days when there's nothing that puts me down. There's no comparison, there's no voice, and not because I'm trying hard. It simply doesn't exist anymore. And I can live my life in the present moment without having someone following me all the time. That, Oana, you should do better. Oana, don't do this. Oana, this is stupid. Oana, this and that. I just live my life without something that it's bothering me all the time, because there is no more voice. And how it is that there's no more voice? Because that voice was coming from my subconscious beliefs. And this is what Emmanuel will talk with us about today. So I tried to make it short. I don't think it was short, but now, Emmanuel, you're free to talk.
Okay, thank you so much, Oana, for your introduction, and thank you so much, everybody, to coming up to this incredible webinar. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. And today we're gonna actually work on the fear of the future. So if you have the fear of the future, so I'm gonna speak mainly at the second person. It's gonna be easier. So if you have the fear of the future, stay until the end and we're gonna reprogram it. My intention for this webinar is not only to share information and to share knowledge, because the statistics are showing that 95% of all the information that you're gonna read in a book or see on a webinar or on a motivational speaking event, whatever, you're gonna forget. My intention is to leave this webinar with the transformation, without the fear of the future. It's going to be an incredible experience. So in the first part of the webinar, I'm going to share a little bit of information about who I am, about how the technique works, how the subconscious mind works. It's going to be perhaps even a little bit shorter than Oana. And then we're going to go into the demonstrations where I'm going to apply the technique on all of you individually, and you will see the results on the spot, because this is the most fascinating thing about this technique, is that you see the results instantly. It doesn't matter if you had a fear or an anxiety for 20 years every day, non-stop. After applying the technique, you will not feel it anymore. It's basically a technique that you can reprogram the subconscious mind, any aspect of it, and see the results instantly. And on the last part of the webinar, we're going to have a Q&A, and also you're going to be able to register for a free private session of mental reprogramming of 20 minutes, where I'm going to help you to reprogram the biggest blockage of your life. This is a gift from me and Oana, but we're going to talk about that in a moment. So let's start with the presentation. I've also created a short PDF presentation to guide me through this webinar, to give you more clarity about what we're going to do. Okay. So as I said in the first part, we're going to talk a little bit about what we're going to do. So if you want to see results, first of all, be present, make sure you will not be disturbed, close your social medias and other distractions, and be involved in this process, especially when I'm going to start making the commands, and you will understand what are those commands. Yeah? Okay. And why do we reprogram the subconscious mind? Let's start with this topic. It's very important to understand that even neuroscientists are affirming that we operate 97% of our lives from subconscious programs and beliefs, meaning that you wake up every day and you have about same thoughts, same emotions, same vocabulary, same behavior. Everything is repeating in your life based on the memory of your subconscious mind. And if you observe, most of the negative thoughts and negative emotions that you feel throughout the day are not new. Are old emotions, are familiar emotions that you felt before. So nobody is coming from outside and is putting negative emotions inside of you. They just trigger the memory of your subconscious mind. So you have to understand that you have a body, and that body has an emotional memory. Yeah, whenever you had a trauma, whenever you had an emotional shock, yeah, that shock remained in your body and you feel it along your life. So this is important to understand, that 95% of your thoughts and emotions are repeating themselves every day. And I never met somebody in my life that can control their mind and stay at least 10 minutes without any thought. It doesn't exist, because the thoughts and emotions, we do not control them. I mean, we can control them if we change the subconscious mind, because here is a secret. Subconscious mind, reprogramming the subconscious mind is not about manifestation. First of all, we cannot control the things that are happening in our life, but we can control the way we react to the things that are happening in our life. Make sense? Yeah, you cannot control whenever, I don't know, somebody is gonna die, or whatever incident is gonna occur, or whatever president is gonna come up. I don't know, but you can control the way you react to those events. And perhaps you've seen many times a scenario, like a bad scenario, which is observed by 20 people and everybody is seeing it differently, because we see the reality through the filter of our beliefs and the memory of our subconscious mind. Yeah, and we have about 50,000 thoughts per day, and about 80% of them are negative and 95% of them are repeated daily. So yeah, without reprogramming your subconscious mind, you keep living the same story, but in just different scenarios. And perhaps you've seen that it doesn't matter if you change your job, if you change your country, if you change your social environment, whatever, you're gonna feel the same. For example, when I had social anxiety, because I had social anxiety until I was 26 years old, and I'm gonna go into my story soon. I felt it every day. It doesn't matter what job I had. It doesn't matter either if I was in London, in Bucharest, in Paris, wherever I was, I felt the same taste of social anxiety. Yeah, and I couldn't stop it. I couldn't control it. It was happening naturally. And it's been 7 years since I reprogrammed it, and I never felt it once in my life. Yeah, I can insist and focus on activating that negative emotion, and it is not there. This is what it means to change the subconscious mind. Yeah. So what is the mental reprogramming technique? It is a method that you can release any negative emotions or anxiety instantly. You can change any limiting beliefs or fears. And the most fascinating thing, once again, is that you see the results instantly. Yeah, it's easy to learn and practice by everybody. Oana already learned. There are over 2,000 students that have learned this technique throughout the globe. And there are over 4,000 testimonials and case studies in the last 3 years since I started doing this work. But to be honest, what matters for you is to experience the technique yourself, because I can show you 10 hours of testimonials, non-stop testimonials with different people. But what matters for you is to see if it's really working for you the way it's working for everybody. And everybody can experience this technique for free as much as they want before they can take a decision, to learn it for themselves. And I'm gonna continue with my story a little bit so I can connect with everybody a little bit deeper. So welcome everyone once again. Hold on, let me put this here. So my name is Emanuel Gheorghi. I'm 32 years old at the moment, and I'm living an extraordinary level of success. I am financially and emotionally free since over 7 years. I'm traveling the world. Right now, I'm in Bali. I have amazing relationships, and I wake up every day with joy and enthusiasm, and I go to sleep with joy and enthusiasm. And I have this level of consciousness that I call emotional freedom, meaning that I can let my mind think of any situation, past, present, future, and I cannot find any negative emotions. And I have even weeks or months where I don't have any negative thought or any negative emotion. And if something is coming up, I can release it literally instantly. But my life wasn't always like this, obviously. I was born into a complex family in Romania, where I've experienced a lot of poverty, a lot of violence, and domestic scandals and poverty. And I grew up with this deep belief that I don't deserve to live, because my father made me by mistake. He was alcoholic, and he was telling me every day to leave the house, and he was very aggressive with me. telling me that how happy was he if I was not there. And I've experienced social anxiety since I was 26 years old every day, and I was bullied and humiliated in most of the social environments I was in. And when I was very young, actually, I had big problems with attention and memory. For example, when I was in the school, I could never remember what homework the teachers were giving us. They were calling me the Martian because I couldn't be aware. I had so many traumas and so much brain damage from those emotional traumas that I couldn't be aware. I couldn't be a normal person. They used to call me retarded. And because I woke up spiritually since I was actually 13 years old, and I realized that the world is not really as the society or the school or the religion is teaching us. And I had some miraculous healing experiences since I was very young. And I started to read a lot of books about spirituality, about psychology, and I became very fascinated about this idea that we can create our experience of reality with our thoughts and emotions. And it was a huge period of about 6 years when I also lived in London, where I couldn't sleep at night if I knew that in that day I was not doing something very significant and important to change my life. And for many, many years, I've done a lot of spiritual practices, therapies. I've done even ayahuasca 24 times. I was doing a lot of EFT tapping, psyche, theta healing, timeline healing. Perhaps I don't know if I missed any therapy in the world that I've ever heard of. And I've done years of yoga and affirmations and manifestations, and I was paying a lot of money to different gurus and healers and a lot of retreats with this desperate feeling to heal myself of the poverty and also the anxiety that was following me every day like a curse wherever I was. And the conclusion to what I arrive actually after so much self-development and work and discipline is that not a lot of things are working actually. And this is the story that most of the people are telling me. I've been working with myself for so many years. I've done so much discipline. I paid so much money to different courses and therapies, and I feel like I am at the same level. And the problem actually is that people don't measure and quantify the results. Most of the people, they work with themselves with this idea that they throw a lot of affirmations, a lot of energy healing, and a lot of therapy with the hope that maybe someday my life will change. It will not change if you don't measure and quantify the results. So when you work with the subconscious mind, you have to be very pragmatical and to measure and to quantify the results always. And what I discovered is actually after working with over 20,000 people in the last 3 years with this technique, is that most of us, we have about same fears. And I created a list with the main fears and limiting beliefs that are in everyone's subconscious mind. So with this exercise, I'm gonna give you more clarity to understand what is in your subconscious mind. Because if we go from this idea that everything is controlled by our subconscious mind, then the first logical step is to identify everything that is there, to see what is the map, where I am in point A at the moment and where I have to be in point B, where I don't have any blockage in my life and I can achieve the level of success that I want. Yeah. And also I want to share that I never done any course or any program with the intention to make a career out of this field, out of this this business. Basically, I was doing everything that I could in order to heal myself and to discover more. And after I heal myself, after I release all this social anxiety and all the blockages from my subconscious mind, I started to apply these ideas into others, and I saw that they had also amazing results. And it was like a huge wave of people coming into my life, in the last 3 years, that they were telling me, come help me, come help me. So this is where I am. So I want to go further with this presentation to show you this powerful exercise that I'm about to share with you. So guys, let's take a few deep breaths in. I know that I'm talking maybe very fast with enthusiasm when I start talking about me or the technique, but let's be present and do this exercise together. So, as I said, here is the list with the main fears and limiting beliefs that people have in their subconscious mind. And if you want a long-lasting, powerful transformation in your life, what you have to do is to literally reprogram all of this list. It's not enough just to reprogram the fear of the future, or the belief that I'm not good enough, and to pretend that your life will be amazing. I mean, you're going to see a significant improvement. But The only solution if you want to achieve your full potential and to have an amazing life and to have this level of consciousness that I call emotional freedom, you have to reprogram all of this list. So what you have to do is very simple. To write next to each fear and limiting belief from this list, how intense and true it is for you on a scale of intensity from 0 to 10. And don't worry, I'm going to share the PDF with this list on the WhatsApp group at the end, so you don't need to take any picture or write down anything. But I just want to give you more clarity. Yeah. You have to reprogram all of these fears and limiting beliefs. And if you're serious about improving your life, you have to start with clarity. You have to understand exactly what's in your subconscious mind, where are you in point A and where you have to be in point B, where you are completely free. Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you use my technique, if you use other techniques, if you want to do, I don't know, regressions and affirmations for 6 months. You have to measure and quantify the results. Don't work chaotically with yourself, pretending that one day maybe something will improve. No. If you have, for example, anxiety, most of the anxiety is coming from the fear of the future. You see how intense it is, the fear of the future in the beginning. And after 6 months of discipline, if you see that the fear of the future is at the same intensity, you haven't done any progress. Yeah. So this is very important, to work very pragmatical with the subconscious mind. You know, after I've been so spiritual in doing a lot of crazy things and disciplines and being very spiritual, basically I became very pragmatical when it's coming to self-development and improving your life and changing the subconscious mind, because otherwise it's not working. I hope it makes sense for you. And let's continue, because I want to arrive at the demonstrations. So who is this technique for? Yeah, for those that feel financial blockages, or emotionally, or in relationships, for those that are living with fear, anxiety, dissatisfaction, depression, negative thoughts, or stress, for those that keeps repeating the same pattern of lack, disappointment, self-criticism, and toxicity. And of course, for those that wants to see instant and fast results. Yeah. And what is the technique not doing? I mean, the technique is doing these things, but I cannot guarantee. Yeah. I cannot guarantee that you're going to heal your physical body of illnesses, even though you're going to see testimonials that I help people to heal of even diabetics or cancer. Because obviously, if you reprogram the emotional conflicts that are causing any disease, according to the theory, yeah, the body will heal, but I cannot guarantee that. Yeah, you cannot bring your ex back. This is not about manifesting your ex back. It's not about technique of manifesting. It's about unblocking yourself and release and reprogramming fears, limiting beliefs, or traumas. Yeah, and I cannot guarantee the manifestation of millions of dollars or euros, whatever. Yeah. So how does this technique works in 3 simple steps? The first one is to identify, to become aware. For example, today we're going to work on the fear of the future. So I'm going to ask you in a moment to think about the fear of the future, to see how intense it is in the beginning from 0 to 10 as an emotional reaction. So you become aware of it, because if we don't measure or quantify the results or the progress, we cannot say that something happened. So the first step is to become aware. There is no change without awareness. And the second step is to give commands. Because if you did not find out yet already, the subconscious mind does not listen to affirmations, to positive thinking, to intentions, to praying, to writing journals or whatever, but it obeys to commands. You have to use power words in order to change the subconscious mind. Yeah, and the subconscious mind will obey instantly. I know it sounds crazy if you haven't done a lot of research into this field, but you're gonna experience this technique. You don't have to be a professional into changing your subconscious mind. You just have to be open to experience this technique. And the third step is to confirm the change. Yeah, because we always measure and quantify. So we're gonna see how intense it is, the fear of the future in the beginning. I'm gonna apply the technique, which is gonna take just a few minutes. And then you're gonna see the results at the end, and we're gonna measure the progress. Yeah. And we don't use entities, external powers, positive thinking, auto-suggestions, hypnosis. We use just the power of our consciousness to change ourselves. Okay. And over 20,000 people already. I have to update this presentation because it's been already more than 6 months. And over 20 people have experienced this mental reprogramming technique, and nobody has ever complained about changing their subconscious mind. So you are in good hands. And we have arrived at the demonstrations. Cool. So
Sorry,
let's take.
Emanuel, can I just add something? Or
Yes.
we have to go directly, we have to enter directly into the technique without saying anything. I just wanted to add something.
Sure. Yeah. No problem. Say.
Yeah. I just wanted you guys to let go of any expectations of anything that's on your mind, because people sometimes they enter some rooms and they are like, oh, I already know this. Oh, I already heard about that. Oh, I already. So I want you to actually see if there's anything in your mind coming on right now, and I want you to let go of that. Let go of any expectation and just surrender yourself. And maybe put an intention that whatever I need to receive today, it's for me. So don't expect anything, and don't and let go of any voice you have there, and be fully present. When he meant be fully present, also let go of the expectations, because nowadays we became so accustomed to go somewhere and to have already something, to expect something. I want you to fully let go and surrender, okay? Because you are here, guys, some of you, I know you're ready. I know that you're here for a reason, and I want you to fully receive. And you fully receive when you also let go of any expectations. That any stories, if you heard that already, if anything, let go. Just be here and be ready to receive. This is what I wanted to say.
Okay.
And also, I hope, just one last thing, I hope everyone already knows what's the subconscious, but if not, we can go in details more about it another time, because we also have a limited time. But you know, you guys, I think you already know what's the subconscious, right? Yeah. Okay. That's
Well,
it.
thank you so much, Oana. I'm going to simplify everything anyway. So if you have the fear of the future, yeah, have no expectations, be present, and I'm going to help you to reprogramming. Not big deal, okay? So I want you to take a deep breath now and be a little present about yourself and think about the fear of the future. Yeah, think about the fear of the future in general, think about your life, and see what emotional reactions you have when you think about this fear. And I want you to write down on the chat, all of you, how intense and true it is, the fear of the future, from 0 to 10 right now. So 0 means that it's not true for you at all, and 10 is the highest that it can be. So normally, if you feel any negative thought or any emotional reaction when you think about the fear of the future, it should be there. Yeah. So just write in the chat how intense it is, the fear of the future right now for you. So it's 9, 3, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6.5, very accurate, 5, 9. Okay. You can write, all of you. It's important to measure it in the beginning and to measure it after. So it's quite visible and obvious for all of you, the fear of the future. Yeah, it's important to have a point of reference, to put the finger on that fear and to see how you feel it in the beginning and how you feel it after. Yeah, cool. So now the next step is I'm going to do a special exercise with some of you from the audience, which is called a digging exercise, because under every fear, there are some other fears, because all of the fears are connected to other fears. And we have to go to the root of those fears in order to reprogram the fear of the future properly. Because perhaps, you know, under the fear of the future is other fear. Maybe the fear that you're going to run out of money, or the fear that something bad is going to happen, or your family something will happen, or whatever. So we need to identify what is behind this fear. So I want to take somebody from the audience and do this special exercise. And I want somebody that has this fear more intense. Maybe Melissa, I see you with the camera open, and also David.
iPhone Maria, she has a fear 9. Can you put the
Yeah,
camera on, Maria?
or whoever wants. Let me check if you can open the microphone actually. Yeah, you can open the microphone, whoever wants to do this exercise. I want at least to be, okay, we have Elena. Congratulations for the courage, Elena. Can you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Elena, tell me, where are you
Hi,
on the planet right now?
right here in Doha.
Okay, amazing. Tell me how intense it is, the fear of the future for you on a scale of intensity from 0 to 10.
I put early on the chat 8, however, it's oscillating. So right now, if you're asking me, for example, for tomorrow, which I have an event, it's quite high, maybe to 9 or 10.
Okay, let's put 9.5 here. Okay, Elena, so what we're gonna do next, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions and I want you to answer only with the first words that are coming to your mind without giving me explanations. And if you try to give me explanations, I will stop you. And the purpose of these questions is to find out what is behind this fear, okay? So tell me,
Okay.
why are you afraid of the future? The first words or the first sentence that is coming to your mind.
Public speaking,
And why are you afraid of public speaking?
um, trauma from childhood,
And what is the worst that can happen if you do public speaking?
judgments, shame, guilt, punishment. I cannot say it is because nobody will punish me, but I was punished when I was small.
And what is the worst that can happen if people will judge you and criticize you?
Practically nothing. I just my own emotions.
Okay, why are you
It's,
afraid
I
that people
guess,
will judge you and
self-worth,
criticize you?
uh, maybe failure of moving forward
And
to
what
my
is the
dream,
worst that can happen if you're gonna fail?
remain where I am.
And what is the worst that can happen if you will remain where you are forever?
Disappointment,
And what is the worst that can
pain.
happen if you are disappointed in yourself?
I don't know.
Okay, it's fine. Tell me, Elena, if you feel any negative emotions right now, you feel like a heaviness in your chest or an emptiness in your stomach? Do you feel any negative sensation anywhere in your body?
Yes, all.
Where do you feel it more intense? In the chest, in the stomach? Where do you feel it? In the neck?
In the abdomen, solar
What do you feel?
plexus, a high pressure, fear. In the heart, pressure. In the throat, pressure.
And how intense do you feel this negative emotion right now in your abdominal area?
9.
And on the chest?
Same almost. 8, 8.5.
Okay. So, Elena, we have identified what we needed to identify. You can close your microphone and I will ask you at the end after I'm applying the technique to see how you feel, okay? So I'm gonna take one or
Okay.
two more people to do this exercise and then I'm gonna apply the technique on all of the fears and the negative emotions that I have identified in each one of you. So who else wants to do this exercise? Maybe a courageous man, David or Ramzi Barak. I see you with the camera open. David, I send you a request to open your microphone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi, David.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. A little bit tired, but I'm well.
Cool. How intense it is the fear of the future from 0 to 10 right now for you?
I put 3 in the chat, wavering between 3 and 4.
Okay, 3.5. It's quite low, but
Yeah.
let's work on it. Anyway. Yeah, so you saw the process. Just tell me the first words that are coming to your mind without giving me explanations. Why are you afraid of the future?
Failure.
What is the worst that can happen if you're gonna fail?
Disappointment.
What is the worst that can happen if you are disappointed?
Loneliness.
And what is the worst that can happen if you're gonna be alone forever?
I prove all of the shit I was told when I was as a kid. That would be proved right.
And what is the worst that can happen if everybody will be right about your bad things?
I would confirm my own lack of worth.
And what is the worst that can happen if you are worthless?
If I am worthless, then I'm not worthy of being in this world.
And what is the worst that can happen if you are not worthy of being in this world?
I'm First word that comes to my control. No control. No control.
And what is the worst that can happen if you lost your control and you have no control?
I'll get hurt.
And what is the worst that can happen if you're gonna get hurt?
I'll feel weak. And I'll feel powerless.
And what is the worst that can happen if you are weak and powerless?
My stepfather wins.
And what is the worst that can happen if this will happen?
The pain won't stop.
Okay, and tell me, what negative emotions do you feel right now in your body? Do you feel anything on the chest, on the stomach, on the throat? What do you feel
Yeah.
in the
Got a
chest?
slight heaviness. Yeah, kind of like compacting in the chest and tension in the neck.
And how intense do you feel the sensation on the chest from 0 to 10?
4, 5.
Okay.
Not over 1.
Okay, so David, thank you so much. We have identified what we needed to identify. Thank you so much. So I will ask you at the end, after I'm applying the technique, to see how you feel, okay? So let's take one more person to see if we have somebody else that wants to do this short exercise. You can raise your hand if you want to do this exercise or open your microphone. Okay, if not, I'm gonna apply the technique already on these spheres. So very important before I will start to make the commands is to once again become aware of the fear of the future and to see what emotional reactions
I
you
will do
feel
it.
in your body right now. Okay, somebody has opened the microphone.
Yeah, I
Whom?
will do it.
Who's there?
Sierra.
You
Hi,
can.
Sierra.
Hi.
Love, you made it.
Hi. Yeah, I did. No, it's
Okay.
meant to be. It's meant to be, right? Things will work towards it. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Sierra.
Hi.
Let me write you here. Where are you on the planet right now? What country or city?
I'm in Qatar right now, Moni.
Cool. So tell me how intense it is, the fear of the future from 0 to 10 for you right now.
In terms of future, not so much in terms of like my fear is the future of the health of my health and the health of my husband, both of us, our health as a couple.
So it's still kind of a fear of a future. How intense it is?
Yeah. Not very. 6, because so far everything is fine. So it's 6,
Okay.
Between 5 to 6, I would say.
Tell me just the first words that are coming to your mind. What is the worst that can happen if your health and your husband's health is compromised?
My kids are young, so I don't know what will happen. Who will look after my kids? And we are much older parents.
Okay. And do you feel any negative emotion when you think about this situation, this fear? Do you feel a heaviness in your chest or an emptiness in your stomach? What do you
Just
feel?
there's a fear of emotional bit.
But where do you feel it in the body? Because if the fear is
in my
true,
chest.
in the chest, what do you feel in the chest?
In my chest. Like my breath right now also is different. I'm, like just talking about it sometimes it's like because they think in the back of my mind you work towards something. So
Tell me
it's
what
just here,
sensation do you
above,
feel in the
right
chest?
here.
Is a heaviness, is a pressure, is a fear, is an anxiety? What do you feel?
Not anxiety, I'd say just a fear. I think so. Just it's there. It's not because
But
it's
what
not a
sensation it
reality
is?
yet.
It's like a palpitation, it's like a tension, it's like an
Yeah,
agitation.
it's I'm sweating. Like if I'm talking about it, my palms are sweating because it's there.
And how intense it is this
It's happening.
emotion in the chest from 0 to 10 right now?
I think 5 or 6. Nothing.
Okay. So Sierra, we have identified what we needed to identify. I mean, normally we should have go a little bit deeper, but you're gonna have you're gonna be able to register for a free session in a moment. So you can close your microphone, and I'm gonna ask you at the end of this exercise, after I'm applying the technique, how do you feel? Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Should I stop?
Yeah, you close your microphone already. Cool. So now we're gonna start making the commands, and I want all of you to be present, to be aware, to feel whatever negative emotions you feel in your body when you think about the fear of the future. Yeah, it's important to put the finger on that fear to see what emotional reactions you have when you think about this fear. Take another deep breath. It's gonna take me perhaps less than 10 minutes to make the commands. I want you to be as present as possible while I'm making the commands. Just listen to me, and you can close your eyes or do as you feel, and we will see how you feel after. Okay, so take another deep breath. I'm gonna start. I command that all this negative emotion and sensation you feel right now in your chest area, like a heaviness, pressure, fear, anxiety, tension, sweating, and agitation, and all the conflicts for which you feel and have all of this negative emotion and sensation right now in your chest, like a heaviness, pressure, fear, anxiety, tension, sweating, and agitation, I command to be taken from you and sent into the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with happiness, joy, power, fulfillment, and courage. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that all of the negative emotion and sensation you feel right now into your stomach and abdominal area, like an emptiness, pressure, fear, anxiety, tension, and all the conflicts for which you feel and have all of this negative emotion and sensation right now into your stomach and abdominal area, like a pressure, fear, emptiness, tension, and agitation, I command to be taken from you and sent into the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots, and be replaced with happiness, joy, power, fulfillment, and courage. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that all of this negative emotion and sensation you feel right now into your throat area, like a tension, knot, pressure, suffocation, and palpitation, and all of the conflicts for which you feel and have all of this negative emotion and sensation right now into your throat area, like a tension, knot, pressure, agitation, and suffocation, I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with happiness, joy, power, fulfillment, and courage. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief and program, I am afraid of illness and diseases, I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with the belief that I live a long and healthy life and I am always healthy. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief and program, I am afraid of the future, I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with the belief that I am excited about my future and I am always safe. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief and program, something bad is happening in my life, something bad is about to happen, I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with the belief that good and positive things are happening in my life and I feel safe. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief and program, I am in pain and suffering, I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with the belief that I am in joy, I am happy and free. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief and program, I am weak and powerless, I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with the belief that I am strong and powerful. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief and program, I will get hurt, I can get hurt, I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with the belief that I am always safe and happy and I feel safe. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief and program, I lost the control, I have no control, I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with the belief that I am in control and I feel safe. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief and program, I am not worthy of being in this world, I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with the belief that I am worthy of being in this world and I am happy. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief and program, I am worthless, I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with the belief that I am worthy, I'm important, precious, and valuable. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief and program, I am disappointed, I feel disappointed, I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with the belief that I am grateful and I am proud of myself. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief and program, I will remain where I am. I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with the belief that I am always evolving and growing and I am happy. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief and program, I will fail, I am a loser, I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with the belief that I am a successful person and I always succeed at everything. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief and program, my life is pointless, I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with the belief that my life is important and I am happy. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief and program, people will judge and criticize me. I am judged and criticized. I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots and be replaced with the belief that people always loves and respects, and appreciates me. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that the belief in program, I am afraid of public speaking, I command to be taken from you and send it to the universal consciousness along with all the memories and roots, and be replaced with the belief that I am excited about public speaking and I am powerful. I command that this change takes place now and forever into your consciousness and in all the levels of your existence. I command that all the receptor centers for the old timelines, beliefs, emotions, and programs of you to close and to open new receptor centers for the new beliefs, emotions, and programs. Okay, and take a few deep breaths. And slowly you can open your eyes. You can move your body a little bit. You can stretch yourself to become more present, to become more aware. Smile, take another deep breath. Okay, and let's wait a few moments. Usually you should feel the change in about 1 or 2 minutes after we make the commands. Okay. Let's see, Elena, how are you? How do you feel right now? If you are still there, you can open your microphone. How do you feel
It's
the
lower
emotion in
to
your
7.
abdominal area right now?
It decreased. It's less.
Okay, so you feel better? You feel that is gone, that emotion?
I cannot say it's gone. I say it's like decreased from maybe 9 to 6 or 7.
Okay. And how do you feel about the fear of the
Thank
future?
you.
Okay, thank you.
Similar, just decrease.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let's see, David, how do you feel?
Thank you.
So leave a little bit of time to integrate more. David, can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, sorry, yeah. Just checking in with myself. Yeah, I feel the chest is light. Is open. Yeah, is open. That's gone.
Okay. So it's been lowered from 5
There's
to 0.
the neck.
The emotion
gone.
in the chest is gone.
The neck is still there, but I think.
Yeah, I haven't made actually.
The neck is there, but I think that just means I slept badly.
Okay. And the fear of the future, how do you feel about it mentally right now?
Best way to describe it would be, I mean, I guess it wasn't one of my most darkest overriding fears, but there's a kind of, feels like I'm kind of observe it almost. It's a bit like, nah.
Okay, so you don't feel any emotional reaction when I think about it.
I guess.
That means it's been reprogrammed. Okay, thank you so much. Enjoy the change. Yeah. Let's see, Sierra, how are you? I see that you have your microphone unmuted already. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
So how intense is the fear of the future right now when I think about it?
It's definitely dropped down from like 5 to 6 to like 1
Okay.
for me, to be honest.
Normally, if it's a 1, it's gone. It doesn't bother you anymore.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Let's see how everybody is feeling, and at the end, you can share how was your experience. So I want all of you to think about the fear of the future right now and to write in the chat how intense it was, the fear in the beginning from 0 to 10 and how intense it is now. For example, how it was at Sierra. It was a 6, now it is a 1. So I want all of you to write in the chat how intense it was, the fear of the future in the beginning, and how intense it is now. For example, at our area, it was 9. Now it is a 1. Congratulations. David, from 3 to 0. So all of you can write in the chat. I'm curious to see how was this experience for you. And I also want to give you more clarity that now I just applied the technique one to many. In order to experience this technique probably at the highest potential, we have to do a private session. And as I said, I will show you how you can register for a free private session one-on-one with a facilitator in a moment. This is a gift from me and Oana for you. Okay, let's see. So to Pereira is been lowered from 7 to 0, to Ahmed from 8 to 4, to Melissa from 6.5 to 2, to Elena from 9 to 6, to Christina from 7 to 5. Congratulations, everyone. To Martin from 5 to 2. Amazing. So now at the end, I'm going to share the link where you can register for the free session here on the chat. Yeah. And the purpose actually of that session is obviously to experience the technique one-on-one, where I will help you to reprogram one of your biggest fears or blockage or limiting belief in your life. And after that, if you see results and you want to go further, maybe to learn the technique or to work deeper with a facilitator, like to do more sessions, I will show you how we can work together. But it's important to experience the technique in the beginning to see if it's working for you, and then you can take the decision. Normally, one such session is at least 150 euros, but for you, the first session is for free. Yeah, so you're gonna find this link only on this webinar here right now. Cool. So I'll let you a little bit of time to complete that formula. And if you have any questions, now it is time for the Q&A. So this was the experience with the mental reprogramming technique. So guys, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the chat, or you can open your microphone, or if you want to share how was this experience for you, yeah, we can have an open conversation. So once again, this is just, you know, a small sample of what the technique is doing. This is just a webinar, but on the free private session, we're gonna be able to go deeper and to give you more clarity.
Are you guys shy to talk? You know, I like to pressure you. Yalla, talk to us.
If you're shy, we're gonna work on the shyness at the free session.
Yeah, let's see someone with amazing results. Melissa, 6 to 5 to 2. Come, tell us, how was your experience? You're muted.
You can unmute.
She can unmute herself.
No,
Yeah.
no, I've unmuted it. Yes, I've been. The experience is good. You know, Oana knows that I've gone through a lot. I think the last time we spoke was a few years back, and it's been quite up and down. Not to say that the future is unknown. I think being an expat in a country, having your own business is very difficult when you can't pay the bills, or you can't pay your checks, and then you got all these things on top of you. So that will obviously build up, and you're a family, you have kids. So going through all that, and now, you know, we've come out, which is great. So my husband and I were all starting all over again, which is great. But it has been so difficult that I have been looking into like gong therapies, and obviously speaking with Oana, and then, you know, with this session as well. And as you're putting, you know, when we close your eyes, and I said yes with the fear. So the fear of mine mainly was like I said, it's not really the fear of the unknown. It's fear of knowing the fact that it's such a volatile place to be in, where any little mistake or a client doesn't pay can actually potentially put you in a lot bigger, deeper trouble that's completely out of your hands. Yeah. And I mean, nice thing about it is I do have my husband that we're going through this together, and he's a lot more resilient than I am. So my coping mechanism is a lot weaker, but I am definitely building that up. So I've exposed myself to a lot more things to try and put this positive mindset. But mainly it's the fear for the children and their future as well, you know, because we've been so involved and entrapped in this mindset that sometimes I feel I've forgotten the kids a bit. So yes, so when I've said I've gone from 6.5 to 2, because I did feel a little bit alleviated. I don't know, alleviated. Oh shit, I can't remember the word. Alleviated. Yeah, that's the word.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes.
Congratulations.
Well,
Enjoy
thank
the
you for
change.
sharing, Melissa.
Yeah, when it comes to fear of the
Thanks.
future, there are many fears underneath this fear. But once again, if you want to have a deeper, more profound transformation, you should do that identification exercise to see exactly what fears or limiting beliefs are there, so that you have clarity. You have the map, yeah, of your subconscious mind to understand what is stopping you from achieving your highest potential and to be free of negative emotions, basically. But enjoy the change.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Do we take someone else or there's no more time?
We have time. I mean, I'm not in a rush. This is Saturday evening for me.
Okay. Maybe we can have Nicholas. Would you like to share with us? You also had a decrease from 8 to 4. I always do this in my workshops. I encourage people to talk. And it's a small group, guys. We are family here. So feel free to share. We are doing this for you. And the more you share, better it gets, because the energy is amplifying. Christiana, I'm giving order now. Christiana, can you put your camera on? No, I think she's an Ahmed.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Yes, okay, good. Tell us.
Yeah.
Christiana is new to
I
Qatar. She just joined 1 month ago. So I think she has uncertainty about what the future is holding as well. How was your experience,
yeah.
Christiana?
Thank you. Well, so you can see that my decrease was not so big, but maybe because it was not so focused on my fear, because my deep fear is the fear of death. So if once we go there, it would, I think it needs some different kind of of workshop for that. For the rest, I've been working, and as you said, I just made a big move. I faced a lot of my fears recently, so just I need to go to maybe a deeper level. But it's very nice. Thanks.
Amazing. You
You're
can
welcome.
register for the free session and we're gonna work on the fear of the future. And I see Aurelia, you're raising your hand. Or Christina, you want, okay, you're gone. Sorry. Aurelia, you can open your microphone if you want to share something. How was this experience?
Yeah, I just want to say, I know I'm friends with Oana, but I'm not going to talk about Oana. I'm going to talk about Emanuel, because then people will think I'm talking about Oana. Although she's done a few sessions on me and I had great results with her. So Emanuel, I don't know you. I met you through Oana. So I just want to say, and I've told you in the sessions we had, there's a lot of fears that I've had, especially for the financial one. I'm a housewife now and I've lost all my savings, and some of you know my story, some of you don't. And I've been in depression and all this stuff. So I was always living in the fear of, spending the money, because obviously my husband is giving me money. But then I work with Emmanuel on the desire of having money, which is from two sides, right? One is from the scarcity point, and you always keep the money. Oh, I don't know, I don't want to spend it. And the other side of the other part, which is, how was it called, Emmanuel? We alchemize it.
Enthusiasm and joy. Yeah.
Enthusiasm and joy. Yeah. So we did this, the desire of having the money, or producing, or getting the money from somewhere. And I kind of diminished the part of me that was always afraid of getting money or receiving money, or having opportunities to bring me money. And now even my friends, they know, and even Pearl, you saw me, I said, tomorrow I will have money. And I diminished that part of me that always had that, oh, I don't have money. What I'm going to do tomorrow? My bank account is going low. And I was telling one day, I said, tomorrow I'm receiving money. You don't know. And then for the next 3 days, I had 3 people sending me money. And the opportunities started arising, because like Emmanuel and Oana, you know what we're talking about. We are always living in this low vibration where we are afraid. And the fear is a low vibration in itself. So you have the fear of not having, or not receiving, or not being enough. And the more you feel it, the more you stay in that vibration. So when I alchemize that desire of having money, Now I'm expecting, and I'm expecting opportunities. Then I went to the web summit, then we did some connections, and I'm like, I'm stepping into this power. And I'm truly grateful for meeting you, Emmanuel and Juana, and my friends that are always positive, like Pearl. It's just fantastic. This is one. I'm a hypnotherapist I'm certified hypnotherapist, but I will always go to this reprogramming because it's so much cleaner, nicer, easier, faster than hypnotherapy. And you can do it. But you have to work on many layers, like you said. There's a lot of layers that you need to uncover. And like you saw, Emmanuel, we were going to the fear of death of my mother's death and my mother's and my everybody.
Yes.
And then the more we did it, the less it became. And I'm like, yeah, what? What fear? Die? Okay, what? So what? You know what I'm saying? It's just the emotions get turned down. And I was telling Emmanuel and one, I said, I have this enthusiasm of living and going out. And I was self-sabotaging. I was staying in the house a lot. And my friends can tell I am out and about and booked and talking to people and meeting and networking. Is like they're coming now. Bring it to me, baby. I'm ready.
Amazing. Enjoy the change, Aurelia. And we
Thank
still
you.
have one more
Thank you
session
so much.
actually from our mentorship program, because me and Aurelia did the mentorship program actually. So I'm happy to hear all of these results because you did not communicate really everything. But yeah, we haven't even finished the program and you're already seeing amazing results. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for both of you. It's amazing. It's amazing. I can tell with my heart that it's amazing. It works.
Thank you. Enjoy the
Thank you.
change.
Also, I wanted to add that today is Valentine's Day and we are doing this out of love for you guys. So today is about love. And out of love, we also want you to live your best life, to let go of all the limiting beliefs. And all the limiting beliefs, the fears, and everything is stored into your subconscious. So basically, when we give commands to the subconscious, we reprogram it and the life gets better. As Aurelia says, you want, even though things are unpredictable, as Emmanuel mentioned in the beginning, you cannot change. If Melissa, they will send you a message, they will just say, I don't know, the business doesn't work, you have to change countries. It's how you respond to the change. Because if you think that is the end of the world and your life finished, then it's an emotional response based on fears that you already have stored into your subconscious. But if we work on those, the moment that a change occurs, because it's natural, life is all about change. The moment a change occurs, you can be like, it's okay. It's just another change. So again, it's through this technique, we don't just manifest a lot of money. It's not about this. Emmanuel always mentions this is not about manifestation. It's about your emotional response to whatever is happening in your life. Yes, if there's a loss, if there's a breakup, if there's a change, it's how do you respond to it? Is it out of fear, or what is it there? So I think it's a cleanup. I see it as, I don't know how you see it, but I see it as a cleanup in your subconscious, right? Is like we keep removing the dirt, because the thing is that if you use the affirmations and all of that, it's like having dirt, taking it and putting it under your carpet. The dirt will always stay there. It's there. It's just there. So when we work with the subconscious, it's not like working on affirmations. It's actually removing the dirt, because whatever we stored in our subconscious, the subconscious was formed in the last trimester of the pregnancy, and in the first 7 years of your life, basically everything you've been told from people, from everything around you, you just accumulated. If you heard a lot of stories how life is hard, money is hard to make, anything, relationships are horrible, whatever you've been hearing around you, this is what you have stored into your subconscious. And some of them, they are not even stories that you chose to hear. They are stories from grandparents and so on. So basically, through this technique, we are just doing the cleanup. Okay, guys, we have so much going on there where every day, even, I don't know, I think Emmanuel is the only one I know that his subconscious is really clean. He keeps doing this cleanup. He's always peaceful, because that's the ultimate state, is not to have a lot of money, is not what do we actually desire, is to have a peaceful mind. And you have a peaceful mind where there is no mind, no thoughts that are coming from fears, from worries, and so on. Yeah. If anyone else wants to share something, that would be amazing, even if it's not about this, even if it's not about now, but if it's something that you like to change, or something that you've been struggling with, you can share with us. And please don't be shy again. I love when you guys open the camera and you share with us. It makes me happy, because we did this for you. So we want to hear you guys.
Yes, David, you can open your microphone if you have any questions. And thank you, Oana, for sharing that.
Great. I just wanted to say thank you to both you and to Oana, and happy Valentine's Day to you both, to everyone. And just, I guess, one question. So this is usable in every area, right? It's like as like Oana was describing, kind of the cleaning process. Because I think for me, I've been thinking, sort of reflecting at the beginning of the year about sort of how I want to continue to grow and develop. And I consider myself to be relatively okay emotionally, mentally. It's the physical aspect. It's the, kind of the thought becoming reality. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of that aspect for me. It's kind of the, like, whether that's building a better sense of discipline, having the self-work. I mean, Oana and I have worked on like the physical aspect with me, kind of the health aspect. So I guess my question would be, is my understanding that correct, that kind of by removing the belief, you're basically freeing yourself for the action that you want to happen to take place in the future? Does that make sense?
Yes. I mean, when you're going to change basically your negative reactions, your negative thoughts, your negative fears, and negative emotions, basically in general, you're going to start to think differently, to behave differently, to take different decisions, to speak differently, to have more confidence, and to act differently. And when you do that, the reality will change. But it's not about manifestation, even though you can, I don't know, reprogram all of that list with fears and limiting beliefs, and maybe, I don't know, do different exercises of manifestations, but it's not enough. You must take action. But life will happen by default anyway. Situations will happen to you. Things will happen. But once you remove all of those negative emotions and fears, you will have more enthusiasm, as Oana has right now, and Aurelia, to take different action, to take different decisions, and so on. So it changes your life, but not like something will fall from the sky in front of you. But you will change the way you feel, the way you act, the way you behave, and your discipline and everything.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I think
yes,
Melissa.
Yeah, I was just going to add something. I think it was last year. And what happened is that, when you're saying you just open yourself up to everything. So it was like, I'm going to say yes to anything that comes my way. So literally, and this happened all in 1 week. And the first thing was I was watching the Terry, the guy that ran across Canada. Was that the Terry run? What's his name? I can't remember his name. Anyway. And I was watching and I got really emotional watching it. Then the friend that I'd met through when I moved, going through a different set of friends and all that. And she's like, right, we're doing the marathon. Now, if anyone knows me, I am not a runner, right? But I was like, yes, fine. I'm saying yes. That's what I'm going to do. So I said yes to joining a bloody marathon, 10K, bloody hell. Anyway, so that was one. And then two was literally the next day, I thought, not thought, but I just came across. And my friend gets in touch with me and she goes, look, I have a drama school. There's a seat free. Would you like it? I said, yes, why not? So I went and said yes to that. Then that got me so I've done like 2 performances. That got me into a different group of people. Exactly. And then the next one was I saw on Facebook about open mic night. I like singing. So I was like, yes, I'm going to do it. Literally in 1 week, I had like 3 different groups of people, 3 different things I was saying yes to, and still continue on till today doing it. So yeah, the value of just opening up and saying yes is brilliant. Thanks.
Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, it's important. I mean, it's important to be skeptical and pragmatical, but it's also important to at least be open and to the experience and to open to life. Cool.
Especially when there's no fear.
Yeah. So guys, I think we are approaching the end of this webinar. I hope it was useful for you, and I hope you're gonna enjoy the change. And if you haven't registered for the private session, you can register. You can at least copy the link to have it with you. And if you have any questions for me, you can write me on WhatsApp. Yeah, you have my number from the group. I will also share the list with main fears and limiting beliefs to do it. And yeah, I will see you on the private sessions. And maybe in the future, who knows, we might gonna do some more webinars if it's necessary, if we have a call for it.
Thanks
Or
so
maybe guys,
much.
you come to Bali and you will come to Bali with us and you're gonna meet Emanuel live as well.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
you, Oana. Thank you, Emanuel.
Thank you.
Happy Valentine's Day. Love yourself
Thank
a
you.
bit
Bye.
more.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nicholas. Are we leaving or we staying?
Yeah. No, I was looking actually to share the PDF on the group, but yeah, I'm gonna close the Zoom.